guys, welcome to the channel. And yes, that was a very new intro, so sparkly, so new. I'm really excited about it. I had it ready like a long time ago, but I just haven't been able to pick music that I like to go with it. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the fresh new look of the channel. And this so this build is actually pretty old, considering this build was built for Devon Bumpkin's beach resort challenge thing, because his Myshuno Sims, they were gonna go on a beach resort type thing. And yeah, so there was a lot of really amazing entries, and I was just happy to be a part of it, and it was just something fun to do because I hadn't really done anything like this up until now, so it was just a fun thing to do. And we are actually in Granite Falls building, but as you can see, there's palm trees, and I actually had a beach mod, which you might have heard of already, but I installed the beach mod because I had recently just bought Granite Falls at this point. So I was like, yes, I can finally get the beach mod and do like beach resorts and stuff, which was perfect for this because, you know, it needed to be a beach resort. So with this build, I wanted to do like a private beach villa type of thing, but have it be kind of modern and sleek and minimal, but still have a very island beachy vibe. And I was kind of inspired by some resorts that are in Hawaii and other island destinations. So yeah, that's kind of where that came from, and I really liked the juxtaposition of like the ocean, the palm trees, and then you have like the black and the modern architecture. So yeah, so there's 4 levels, I think. So there's the bottom level, there's like the lobby, the main lobby, there's the kitchen and living areas, and then you go upstairs and you have like the great room, I believe, and it's kind of like a communal room really, which you'll see later. But then you have 2 bedrooms down there, 2 bathrooms, and then then you go another floor and there are 2 other bedrooms, but they're a little bit bigger, a little bit fancier. And then you have the top floor, which is like a presidential suite almost, and then you have another suite that's not as big, not as fancy as the presidential suite, but it's still pretty big. So I would consider it just a regular suite, I guess. But yeah, so there's quite a bit of room, and there are quite a bit of different areas for your Sims to enjoy themselves. There are massage tables on the balcony. There are massage chairs overlooking, or actually not overlooking, but you just have a nice view to the ocean. There are a hot tub and a pool with a waterfall, and yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that it is very resort-like, even though it's a villa or a private villa. When I was testing it out, I brought the pancakes on vacation to test it and everything, and Bob decided to go skinny dipping, which is hilarious to me because my friend Harry, she usually uses the pancakes, or at least Eliza, to test out builds, and she always goes skinny dipping too. It's like a thing. Who knew that the pancakes liked to skinny dip? But anyway, so I was going around the build, and then I go into the kitchen and I see Bob cooking naked, which I thought was hilarious. Only in The Sims. But I shared that on Twitter, but it was so funny to me. So yeah, so this is the kitchen area. I wanted it to be really open. My initial idea was to have it completely open and not have any walls, you know, enclosed, and just have it open to the outside. But what was happening was, because it was open, the lighting was really weird. And I didn't really know how to fix that, because no matter how much lighting you put into the room, it still wasn't lighting up as it normally would. So, you know, I just basically put a wall where those poles are and just put some windows, so it still kind of looked like it was open. That was my hope, at least. And then I have an archway there instead. So this is really cool. I think I saw Fry do this, or Simproved is her YouTube name, but basically she put like a hole into the deck and then inserted the hot tub into the deck so it looked like it was inset, and I thought that was really cool, so decided to do that. But make sure you have move objects on, because I actually had to put some stairs that went into the hot tub so your Sims can get into it, because otherwise I don't think we can get into it without it. So make sure you have move objects on, of course. Always have move objects on, because most builders I know like pretty much use move objects for everything. You just kind of have to, honestly. But yeah, so working on the kitchen still, and I wanted it to be open, like I said. I didn't want a lot of clutter. I wanted it to look very clean, very inviting. So I think I don't use cabinets except for above the sink, and so I just have a few shelves here. And fruit is everywhere. I have fruit bowls like all over the place. So now we're moving on to the living room area, and I was really excited to use this huge rug because, I mean, you don't really typically get to use this rug very often because it's humongous, but the space was big enough, I think, and it fit really nicely. So decided to use it because it reminded me of water and sand, because of the colors, which I liked a lot. And I think I don't remember if I keep these arch things. Yeah, I don't keep those arch things. I got rid of them. So yeah, and now I think we're gonna be working on the patio area, maybe. So what I basically do in The Sims, I kind of jump around a lot, and I shouldn't. I should just work on one room and then move on to the next one. I'm finished, but that's not really what happens ever. I kind of like do a little bit here, a little bit there. Sometimes I'll start working on landscaping randomly, or go upstairs, come downstairs again. Because, like, I don't know, I'll find something that I like or I think would look good somewhere, and I'm like, ooh, I need to put that over there, and I just kind of get distracted. So I did hear that it's sometimes easier to start in certain rooms, like, you know, lay down one piece of furniture or a rug in the room so you kind of know the direction and where things will be. But I don't really do that either, to be honest. It's just kind of a free-for-all when I'm building, and I don't know, but it works out in the end, I think. Now I'm working on the pool area, and the pool area, I mean, it's not as big as I wanted it to be originally, but I think it's pretty cozy for the lot size that it is. It's just kind of a square, really, on the side of the patio area. But I figure it doesn't have to be that big, because ideally, you know, you're right next to the ocean, so you can go to either one. So yeah, and then you have the hot tub there in the deck. So yeah, and then I really liked the stone that came with the bowling pack. I used that pretty often throughout the build because I felt like it was a more natural looking stone that maybe came from the area. So this is the bar area, and I actually had to, it was really weird because I had to move the bar just a tiny bit for it to work, which is so strange to me because some things you can get away with and it doesn't matter, but then other things, you know, just a tiny just a little bit too far in, it's just not possible for the Sims to get back there, even though to me they had room. But so I ended up fixing that, and that should work for you guys now. And if you want to download this from the gallery, it is available on there. My @name is Irrelephant7, and it doesn't have any CC or anything, so you should be fine in downloading that like normal. I'm pretty sure I used all the packs though, so if you don't have a pack, then you might be missing a few things. So here I was just putting in those glass windows in the archway instead. So it's still kind of open and it still looks like how I was imagining. It's just not completely open. So we do what we need to do to make things work in The Sims. So this little balcony up here is like a more public massage area, and I think I ended up getting rid of one table because it wasn't working with 3. But yeah, so there's some like little cabinets for them to have towels or storage or whatever they need, and I ended up getting rid of those 2. I just had like 2 at an angle, so maybe a couple could get a massage here. In the presidential suite, there are massage tables in the bathroom, or 1 at least, and yeah, so that's kind of nice. So this area is like a valet station, kind of. I did that in my collab with Simlissy when we did the beach resort, but that beach resort was much larger. It was more of a large scale resort, much bigger than this one, but I kind of did that too, and I thought it would make sense for this type of build as well, so I added it in. So this is one of the guest bathrooms. I didn't include a lot of the bathroom footage because I pretty much did the same thing in all the bathrooms except for the presidential suite bathroom and the other suite bathroom. They're pretty much the same too, they're just bigger. So this area is the common room, or the great room, I guess. So there's a living or a sitting area, and then I have a kind of like a breakfast buffet, kind of. It has coffee and some fruit and I think a tea thing, so that way the people who are upstairs, they can just come down to this area, have some breakfast and coffee, so that way they don't have to go all the way downstairs to do that. I thought that might be nice. And I always forget about these display tables, but they make for a really nice, modern and simple looking coffee table. I always forget about them. So this room here is like the suite, the second biggest suite in the villa, so I wanted it to be a little more special than the rooms that are downstairs, and I was really inspired by the picture that I put on top of the bed here. I love those paintings from City Living, they're so amazing, but I was really inspired by that particular picture for the color scheme of the rest of the room. I really wanted it to be kind of warm and little pops of color here and there. So I have the navy blue that matches the leaves, and I have some yellow and some pinks throughout the room. I thought it came together really nicely. I like to do that when I'm not entirely sure how I want to decorate the room. I'll usually pick colors from the rug or a particular piece of artwork just to help me along and have everything kind of coordinated in a way. So that's a nice little tip for you guys if you ever struggle with how to decorate a room. I mean, not to say that everything has to be, you know, the same color or completely all the same, but it is kind of a nice guide for when you don't really know what direction to go in. So this room is the presidential suite, and it's the largest room in the villa. I wanted it to be a little bit different than the other ones. It's very bright. It has a lot of yellows and oranges in it, and that over there was the master bathroom. But I still wanted it to be very luxurious and modern at the same time, so that's what I was going for with this. And I felt like there wasn't enough privacy, so I put those hedges in front of the windows. And I mean, not to say that, you know, the Sims don't really care that much about that stuff, but I just kind of like to think about that when I'm building, just to be a little more realistic, I guess. So I felt like the area in front of the bed was just a little too open, and I kind of wanted to have a barrier in between the bed and the sitting area. So I used these stilts that came with City Living just to separate the two a little more, and I liked it. I thought it did a good job in having it still feel open because there's space in between, but it's still divided. So yeah, and then I used the amazing chairs and sofa from the bowling pack. I tried to use the fairy lights, but they were too tall for the archway thing, the overhang, so I was just like, that's okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be finishing up the master bath. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you to Aden or Devon Bumpkin for giving us this challenge to have fun with and to play around with. And make sure to check out his LP, Myshuno Heights, because it's amazing and I love it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!